At the west end of St Mary's Gate in Derby are the Magistrates' Courts, and approximately 150 metres away, at the east end, is Derby Cathedral. These two important Derby landmarks are linked today, Sunday the 11th of October 2015, by the High Sheriff of Derbyshire's legal service. This will be preceded by the Shrieval Procession, which this year starts at the Derby Museum and Gallery, passes along Bold Lane before turning into St Mary's Gate en route to the Cathedral. The office of High Sheriff is at least 1,000 years old and is the oldest continuous secular office under the Crown. Originally, the office held many of the powers now vested in Lords Lieutenant, High Court judges, magistrates, local authorities, coroners, and the Inland Revenue. The High Sheriff remains the Sovereign's representative in the county for all matters relating to the judiciary and the maintenance of law and order. High Sheriffs are responsible for duties conferred by the Crown through warrant from the Privy Council, including attendance at royal visits, ensuring the well-being and protection of High Court judges, acting as returning officer for parliamentary elections in county constituencies, proclaiming the accession of a new sovereign, and maintaining the loyalty of subjects of the Crown. The Shrieval Procession is led by the Verger and followed by the Under-Sheriff of Derbyshire and the President of the Derby and District Law Society. Behind her are the chairs of Derbyshire's northern and southern benches of magistrates, 2 district judges, the Deputy Coroner, the Judge Advocate, and 6 Crown Court judges. These are followed by the Recorder of the City of Derby, who is also a Crown Court judge, and the High Sheriffs of a number of nearby counties. Bringing up the rear are the High Sheriff of Derbyshire, Oliver Stevenson, the Queen's Remembrancer, and the Chief Constable of Derbyshire. The post of Queen's Remembrancer was created in 1154 by King Henry II. Nowadays, the post is occupied by the Senior Master of the Queen's Bench Division of the High Court. Since the Lord Chancellor no longer sits as a judge, the Remembrancer is the oldest judicial position in continual existence. The current Queen's Remembrancer, seen here wearing a black cap atop her wig, Senior Master Barbara Fontaine, is the first woman to hold this office. During the service, the High Sheriff shall say these words: "The life we lead is in large measure an inheritance of the past, the thoughts we think and the language which clothes them, the houses we live in and the laws which protect us, our towns, our cities, our institutions, our leisure have all been bequeathed to us by our forebears, for us to enjoy and pass on in turn to those who follow us. The greatest of these legacies is freedom. We recognise especially the work of judges and of magistrates, whose responsibility it is to preside over courts of law, and whose independence from Parliament must always be protected." The office of High Sheriff is unpaid and non-political, which enables the holder to bring together a wide variety of individuals and office holders for the good of the community served by the High Sheriff. There's a nomination ceremony for the office of High Sheriff for all counties on 12th of November each year in the Royal Courts of Justice, when 3 names are put forward for the office in each county. Subsequently, the selection of a new High Sheriff is made by the Sovereign at a meeting of the Privy Council in March, when, by ancient custom, the appointed name is pricked with a bodkin.